This is an introduction to cascading style sheets, called shortly, CSS. CSS is a language that describes the style of an HTML document. CSS describes how HTML elements should be displayed. This tutorial will teach you basic CSS. Before proceeding to this tutorial, you have to complete the first course on HTML basics. This tutorial continues and complements this first course. To program in CSS, we will need an editor. The best simple editor is Notepad. So everybody, let's open our notepads. CSS is a simple language. To initiate our CSS program, we are going to use attributes to format the body element of our HTML page. All attributes included within the body element will finally affect our HTML page. Follow my example and do the same. Now we are going to use in our CSS file the h1 element. We will include attributes so as to format the h1 element of our HTML page. Follow my example and please do the same. Now we are going to format in our CSS file the p element. We will include attributes so as to format the p element of our HTML page. Follow my example and do the same. Now we are going to format in our CSS file the a element. We will include more detailed attributes so as to format the a element of our HTML page. We will format how a link is shown in our HTML page, when is unvisited, visited, and when the mouse hovers over the link. Notice how comments can be included in a CSS file. Follow my example and do the same carefully. Now we have to save our CSS file. Select File from the Notepad's menu. Select Save As. Select All Files. Choose a name for the CSS file and add the extension CSS. The last step is to link our HTML page to our CSS file. Go to the folder that you have saved your HTML page. My HTML page is on desktop. My CSS file is on the desktop too. Be sure that your HTML page and CSS file is on the same folder. Open the HTML page using Notepad. The easiest way to open your HTML page in Notepad is to right-click the HTML page and choose Open with Notepad. In your HTML page, in the head section, we add the element link. The link element will associate our HTML page to our CSS file. Follow my example and do carefully the same. It is crucial to save your HTML page. Select File from the Notepad's menu and choose Save. Now, go to your folder and double-click your HTML page. Mine is on my desktop. Look now how the CSS affected your HTML page. The title is in white fonts. All the fonts are Verdana. The visited link of the Innova project is now green. And when I hover my mouse pointer over the link, it is transformed to dark pink. Now your HTML page is associated to the CSS file. Any change made in the CSS file affects all the HTML page. In this way you can change easily the design and the look and feel of your web pages. Thank you very much for attending this short and basic course in Cascading Style Sheets for the Innova project.